What's up, Bulldogs? All right, I got a question here from Andy. Andy, I appreciate you, man. You give me some good questions. He says, hey, if you're looking for a video idea, are you against women and men being equal in relationship? You've said before that you believe every man should learn to be masculine in a relationship. What are your thoughts of more equal relationships, where male and female make similar amounts of money? They decide on financial and parenting decisions together rather than the man having the final say. Is it possible a marriage is treated as equals rather than a wide masculine and feminine dynamic? Okay, so first of all, look, this is totally possible. Here's the thing about this, though. This is more of a business partnership than it is of a sexual relationship. And if you want to have this kind of thing, you have to realize what's going to happen. Okay, what's going to happen is that no matter how attracted you are to your partner or that she is to you, that attraction is going to be lost. Because what creates attraction is differences, right? So if you think about a north and south pole of a magnet, those things attract, right? And so we have to have a difference in energy in order to create attraction. And so it's funny because, you know, I've got a podcast with my wife, Better Than Perfect podcast. Go check it out if you haven't. But we talk about this, what we call is a modern traditional relationship. And it doesn't come from a religious standpoint on our views, but a lot of what we talk about aligns with Christian theology or Muslim theology in the sense of the principles. And the reason why is because there needs to be roles. There needs to be a masculine and feminine in order to have a strong relationship. If you think about it, you can have two magnets or you can have two pieces of metal that are not magnetized at all, and you can put them next to each other and that's fine. But how much force does it take to pull them apart? Nothing, right? You can just move them apart. But if you have a north and south, you have a really strong magnets, and there's a really strong north and a really strong south, like these super magnets, and you stick them together, how much force does it take to pull them apart? It takes a whole lot of force. And so when I am promoting this dynamic that a man should be masculine in a relationship and a woman should be feminine, I'm not trying to be sexist. What I'm trying to say is that men and women shouldn't be the same, and that it's not equal. Because when we say equal, when people say equal, they're saying, oh yeah, she can make money and do this, and she can make the decisions just as well. There's not one person who's in charge or who's the, it doesn't work like that. That dynamic does not work very well. Yeah, you can do it and you can be successful at that just like you can be successful at a business, but you're not going to be successful in developing an intimate sexual relationship that has a high degree of attraction and has a high degree of unity, of connection, where it's going to be hard to pull you apart. And so what I would say to answer this question is that, yeah, it's possible, but it's not ideal. Let me tell you what is ideal. What is ideal is this. The man is the primary breadwinner. He goes out and he makes the money. I'm going to tell you straight up, if you cannot afford to support a woman and children, do not get married. In fact, do not seriously date. Do not cohabitate with a woman unless you can provide for her. If you can't do that, you need to work on yourself. You need to build yourself up. You might say, oh, well, it's the 2020s, whatever, women liberation, all this. I don't care. I don't care about that. What I'm saying is you as a man having the pride and respect in yourself and wanting to be the masculine element in the relationship where she's going to respect you and look up to you, you've got to be able to do that. So number one, that's how it should be, is the man is the one who makes the money. Second, the man is in charge. He is the man of the house. That means that what he says goes. He's the captain of the ship. That's how I always phrase this. I tell guys, look, when you get into a relationship with a woman and they become serious, or she wants it to be serious, you have the captain of the ship talk. It goes simply like this. We need to get something straight. I just need to tell you, make sure that you're aware and you understand that I am the captain of the ship. I will always be the captain of my ship. I don't have a first mate. I have a crew. And that might sound harsh, but let me tell you something about being the captain of the ship. First of all, I'm a good captain. I go down with the ship. If something happens on the ship, I take 100% responsibility for it because I am the captain. Second of all, I always put my crew and passengers first. They go before me. When I make decisions, I make the decisions in light to what is best for them, not what is best for me. And that's why I am the captain, but I will always be the captain. You don't have to be on this ship. You don't have to. I'm not asking you to do it. It's a voluntary choice, but you just have to know that at no point am I going to share the captainhood. I'll always take you into account. I'll always make the best decisions that I can for you. But in order for you to be on this ship, you have to acknowledge I'm the captain and you've got to trust me. And if you don't, it's not the ship for you, and that's okay. And you can say it however you want to say it, but the point is she has to agree and know that you're going to be the captain of the ship. And then the third thing, in terms of the decisions and the financial piece of things, is that the man needs to be in charge here. As a man, you need to set what the rules are going to be. You need to have that authority. You need to say what the parenting decisions are going to be. Now, don't get me wrong. A woman is not just someone who makes you sandwiches in the kitchen and pops out babies. That's not what it's about at all. She is your partner, which means that you place her above you. And so what does that mean? That means that you do take her into account. That means that when you are making decisions, let's say parenting decisions or financial decisions, you gather her input or what would be valuable to her. You don't have to talk about all the finances to her, that's fine, but you can find out from her, what does she want? What is she looking for? What things would light up her life? What are her goals and ambitions? And then you take that into account, and then you steer the ship in the direction that's going to be beneficial to the people who are in your trust. And that's what it is to be a man. That's what it is to be masculine in a relationship. It's not easy. There's a really good book on this called Masculine in a Relationship by G.S. Youngblood. I don't have it right in front of me here. And The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. Every man should read this book, and read this book more than once. I've read this book several times, and I continue to gain insights and knowledge from this. But if you are afraid of a woman, you're afraid that no woman today is going to accept what I just said here, then they won't. You have to unabashedly be the man that steps up and says, no, this is how it's going to be. Now, if you want some help with this and becoming a more masculine man and managing your relationship, click the link down below. Join us in the Bulldog Mindset membership, and you're going to get help on that. I've got a ton of videos on that. You can ask me, you can jump on the monthly calls we have. You can ask me your questions, and I've got a ton of books in there and support and material and a great community that we have of guys that are living this life and can help you to do the same. I'll see you tomorrow.